Hey Dallas Fort Worth, are you ready to learn how we do a post-rehab walkthrough to make sure a home we've just completed remodeling on is ready to put on the retail market at the highest price possible? Hey, it's Michael Williams from Let'sGetPaid.com. We're back at this beautiful home we've just completed rehab on in Colleyville, Texas. We're going to take you through our updated pre-listing inspection process. It's another journey into Dallas Fort Worth off-market real estate and learn how you can be a real estate investor too. So we're back in Colleyville, Texas today, and we've completed the minor rehab that we did on this house, and we've actually had a couple of homes that were comparables in the neighborhood that have actually sold that are going to allow us to list this house at a little bit higher price than we originally thought. And what we're doing today is kind of a new process that we put in place. We're doing a pre-listing inspection. And what that means is that we're going to go out and kind of kick the tires on the house before we put it on the market. Now, it is common when a buyer on the retail market is looking at the home and they put a contract on the home that they're going to get a licensed inspector to come out and make sure that the home is in good operating condition. Now, as a lesson learned, we've been finding more than we would like in our buyers' inspections for the homes that we have on the market. So what we're starting to do is going ahead and doing a pre-listing inspection where we take the same inspection list that a licensed inspector will use to represent a buyer, and we're going to make sure that we know everything that could come up as an inspection finding and make a decision on if we want to go ahead and repair it or if we want to go ahead and list the home with that problem existing. So when you get an inspection report, you don't fix every one of the findings that are on it, but those things that are easy and small and aren't going to be big cost drivers, you want to make sure that you go ahead and take care of those things before the listing. And also everything that should be operating in the home: electrical outlets, light switches, plumbing faucets, the HVAC system. The big thing that has caught us over and over is the dishwasher not being hooked up. You want to go ahead and make sure that you've taken care of all of those things and all of them are operating, because you know you're going to have to fix those things. So we want to go ahead and find those things early, take care of them before they're listed, and that way it gives the buyer more confidence when they don't have a long list of inspection findings once we're under contract. So this was a very valuable exercise. This was a medium rehab for us, so we really didn't change out a lot of the old infrastructure. We basically just repainted, installed new kitchen countertops, put in some new flooring. So we were relying on the original infrastructure of the home. And we found quite a few minor things that needed to be addressed, but the major things we found were this. The water heater, although it's working and it's pumping out plenty of cold and hot water, it is really, really old. It is original with the original build of the house, so it's over 20 years old. So even though it's working properly, you can expect that a potential buyer that wants to pay $500,000 for this house is going to want a new water heater. The other big finding we had is very cosmetic, but it's very, very important. We did a lot of foundation repair on this home, and the foundation is solid and it looks good after all of those repairs. But what we failed to do was just fill in the cracks that were existing from the previous foundation damage. And we need to fill those things in to give the buyer confidence. The other thing that we found is many of the electrical outlets, probably 4 or 5, are not operating, and that's a big finding. If a buyer were to find that through their inspection process, it may send out a lot of red flags. So we need to make sure that all of our receptacles working. And we got hit with something we've been hit with in the past. We found that our dishwasher is not connected properly and it's not operational. It's going to be a quick fix, but if the buyer would have found that during their inspection process, again, it makes them lose confidence and they really, really start looking at the details of the house when you find those types of things. So this was a very valuable exercise. We are updating our processes to do this pre-listing inspection and do a lot more detail that we've had in the past. And by doing that, we're going to make sure that we don't get as many inspections during a formal inspection with a buyer, and we're going to be able to sell at a higher price and close more deals.
Let's get paid.